Hello and welcome to the show. We've reached a critical point at the bottom of the third tier and the top of the fourth tier in English rugby, but we start with a tremendous top of the table clash at the Rock. Rosslyn Park, clear leaders at the start of 2021, appear to be facing an all or nothing clash if they are to reach the championship, whereas Caldy, unbeaten since November, are on the cusp of a phenomenal achievement.
Gourlay, that's a lovely chip over the top. He might find Royal. Yes, he does. First blood to Caldy at the Rock. In games like this, sometimes it's that little whip of creativity that can be the difference. Gourlay found it, and Royal ran in for our first try of the afternoon.
Need to be clinical here.
Saunders finding Gray. They get moving quickly.
Here we go.
Here goes
Yeah!
And it's almost inevitable when a Rosslyn Park Moor gets moving.
It's our main points of scoring tries, so it's definitely one of our key points and our best plays.
Harry Leonard looking to give Park the lead with the last kick of the first half, but it goes wide. Caldy hang on to that lead into the break by their fingernails. Hinchcliffe. Ellis again defending.
It's better defence from Park.
The penalty to Caldy for not rolling away. Ellis got wrapped up, and this is a very dangerous position.
Yeah.
Caldy will think about the post there. Ezra Hinchcliffe
Should
to add to his tally. He's had to step into big shoes in Ben Jones, but he's doing it with effervescent ease at the moment. Joe Murray. Assessing his options. A chance. Well, Caldy are certainly singing at the moment. Ben's gone straight out. Benji off and off the ball.
Benji Marfo with a knee.
Okay, firstly I've got this player on the ground holding his leg, which has instigated all of this, okay? So you're going to the bin for instigating the incident. You've then dropped a knee onto the head of the player, therefore that is a red card.
Oh, yeah.
Well, Benji Marco's seen red, and Rosslyn Park's mountain has just got even steeper. There's the crow just in front of us. Lavinger going now. Ellis turning away. Oh, this is wonderful from Park. Leonard into Henry Spencer. One man down. Who needs 4-15 men? Rosslyn Park, see it down the line.
Right, we have a game in our hands, mate. Oh my goodness me. Oh, I told you couldn't predict this game. You cannot predict Rosslyn Park and Caldy.
Lavinger over the top to Robinson. He's got Holland on his left, but Crosby Robinson sliding through. And
oh my goodness me!
Henry Robinson, the penalty's coming, but not rolling away. The penalty on the way. Henry Spencer, who got the assist.
No, just hold it!
And the penalty one. Turn. 5 minutes ago, Henry Cheeseman was on his knees in the middle of the park with wherever this was going to go. I said this was a mountain to climb. It's now a molehill that they've made out of it. Leonard, no problem for him. Second penalty of the day. 17-11.
I mean, if you're a Rosslyn Park fan, Caldy fan, or just a rugby fan in general, you are watching an absolute crack of a game. I don't know what more you could want. This is something special. This is something special indeed.
There's a breakaway through the middle room. Oh, that's wonderful passing. And Cartmill tries to go through Timmerington.
Wow, fair play, what a try.
The fan advantage works its magic for Caldy. And all of a sudden it's the away back to the cheering. Lucas Timmerington tiptoeing his way through the Rosslyn Park defence.
The outside from the big front rower, and then the silky hands just to get it off, and then just excellent offloading. It's a Caldy try. Fair play to him, that was amazing.
Hinchcliffe, no problems for the fly half. They lead again by by 1 point. Now they turn it 90 seconds off. They're looking for it to the wing. And that's the game. It's Caldy's day in the sunshine. The leaders came. They've had a real battle, but they saw it, they conquered. They go back to the world with a win and perhaps the championship.
A great game for us today. We come down here with a game plan. We know what we needed to do, and I think at the start of the season they got to win at our place, and we had that in our head. We give them a bit too much. We respected them a bit too much, so we knew when we come down here we had a job to do, and it was to come away with the points. Going home with 4 points, very well deserved, I think.
Talk me through that first try as well. It's a wonderful bit of creativity.
I seen Craig Holland on the wing, and then I knew we had the gas on him, so I was calling over. That was the only ball I touched all game as well, so I'll take that 100%. All the players have just dug in this year. We're a really tight-knit squad. I think Matt Kearns and Rich Fazy need a lot of praise as well. We dig in deep every week. We're a tight unit, and got each other's backs, and it shows on the field.
Round 26 was bad news for Tonbridge Juddians as their 34-21 loss to Plymouth Albion meant they will be relegated at the end of this season. Here's their Director of Rugby, Pete Danker, to reflect on their debut Nat 1 season.
Came up against a very big side that did a lot of damage with good scrum, good catch and drive line out. We fell behind the scoreboard in the first half. The boys stuck at it really well, came back into it in the second half, but unfortunately the damage was done in the first half. Credit to Plymouth, definitely a different team at home than the one we beat at our place. I hope they continue their little run of form and stay up. But we'll be back in Nat 1 again, but with a little bit more knowledge about what's required.
Let's start our Nat 1 highlights at Haywood Road as Sale looks to keep up the pressure at the top.
The home fans appear to be looking at a first defeat at their fortress since December when Cinderford's Mark Austin snuck over at the restart. But Jonathan Keep's side would ensure a 5-point win with 3 more tries. Neville Edwards sprinting away for the bonus, which makes a big impact on the table. Another team firing on all cylinders were Cambridge, who had Nat 1 top try scorer Ben Brownlee to thank for a 24-minute hat-trick to get them going. Leeds Tykes found the line 3 times, Ty Maxwell Whiteley grabbing their last in a personal points tally of 17, though a repeat of the Volac Park heroics didn't come. Chinner's docking of 5 points for using an unregistered player was activated this month. Jason Worrell trying to get them back on the path to victory. Adapting is a very useful tool in this league though, as Ratu Vakalutukali showed, scoring 3 of Taunton's 6 tries, all from different positions for back-to-back home wins. At Silverlees, Bishop Stortford took a big step towards securing their safety with a 4-try win. Mike Ayrton stealing the show here to get them started. Blackheath pushed hard in the second half, earning Marcus Kershaw a brace to take a losing bonus back to Well Hall. Their position in National 1 remains tenuous. And Birmingham Moseley got back to winning ways with a brilliant display of running rugby against Rams. Mason Tonks finishing this move on the way to a brace. Robbie Stapley gave the hosts a glimmer of victory, but the visitors' man informed Dan Lewis sealed a 1-point win with a late penalty. What a way to win! A tightly fought round of National 1 rugby. Only 2 fixtures were separated by more than 10 points at half-time. Find out more about our partners VO at ncarugby.com. Caldy's win in southwest London puts them 7 points clear, while Sale climbed to second. Chinner dropped down and Tonbridge Juddians can't survive with 4 games left.
Here are the highlights from a packed day in National 2 North as the title chasers look to gain an edge.
And it was leaders Hull that got the job done early in the West Midlands. Will Hall striking first for a bonus point in 22 minutes. Bourneville conceded 2 more in the second half. Mitch McGahan making sure new director of coaching Dave Ellis, formerly an All Blacks and France coach, had something to cheer. Rotherham Titans' imperious home form keeps them right in the chase. Captain Zach Poole securing a hat-trick in their 7-try display. Loughborough Students started slowly to become the 13th failed attempt to topple Titans at Clifton Lane. Archie Hurd's interception try was the best of their day. Sedgley Park appeared to be the ones who would lose ground as Chester's Scott Robson powered over to give them a 3-point lead at half-time. But the Tigers have a particularly sharp bite from hooker Matt Gallagher, grabbing his 30th try of the season to kickstart 3 scores in 11 minutes and the bonus point. Individual National 2 North performance of the day may go to Stourbridge's Dan Rundle though, as the winger ran in 4 of their 6 tries, the first coming after just 3 minutes. The former Coventry player's effort was followed by Bladen showing their pack power to get Danny Gray over twice. 120 miles away, Fylde cruised to an 18-point lead at half-time after a thrilling display from their backs, Tom Forster scoring from this counter-attack. The second half was an uphill climb when Henry Hadfield picked up a second yellow, allowing Luctonians' Ben Murphy to secure a bonus point in the closing stages. The battle at the bottom of the table was tipped in Harrogate's favour at the break, Ben Raubitschek scoring a sensational solo effort for the only try of the first 40. But discipline was the name of the game, and that was won by Huddersfield, Will Milner gratefully accepting 3 penalties, which would prove the difference at Rudding Lane. Fans of Hull Ionians are certainly being treated to some spectacular, if nervy, games. They conceded the lead at half-time to Sheffield Tigers' Jamie Broadley. But it was the host that would take the only try of the second 40, Nathan Hill sprinting away to give Ionians 6 home wins in a row. And a cracker at the Avenue, level at 23 all after 50 minutes. Wharfdale's Rhian Hamilton secured a brace for what the team in green hoped would be victory. But Tynedale are a top half side for their strong form on the road. Oliver Fletcher scoring twice in the final quarter. 61 tries were scored in the 8 National 2 North fixtures. Fans certainly getting their money's worth. To read all about the tries, grab a copy of the Rugby paper. All of the top 5 secured bonus point wins, so there's no change. Climbs by Tynedale and Huddersfield, the only bottom half side to win, are the only changes.
On the south coast, Worthing Raiders were looking to keep their title hopes alive as they faced Redruth.
Redruth had the table advantage and got off the mark 6 minutes in, Fraser Honey scoring. Worthing's backs won the day in November. They featured Curtis Barnes this time, his pace and power putting them ahead. Pressure from the pack then took its toll minutes later from Redruth, before Sean Buzzer dotted down for a 12-point lead at the break. Barnes had scored 4 times in the last 3 ahead of this clash, and he added 2 more to his tally for a hat-trick and the lead. Could it be a double for the young guns on the coast? Redruth's pack said otherwise. Richard Brown started the scoring at the Rec and finished it in Worthing. The race is not over, but the Cornish side stride ahead while the Raiders stumble once again.
And let's finish with our Nat 2 South highlights as Esher looked to stretch ahead on the island.
But a major upset looked on as Guernsey's fullback Callum Roberts scored the first try after just 2 minutes. The hosts capitalising again on Esher's defending minutes later. Step up Sam Morley. The fly half found another level to steamroller through the Raiders for a hat-trick on the way to 30 points. Identical scenes were unfolding at the Marine Travel Ground as Canterbury were 12-0 up after 24 minutes. Dwayne Corcoran feeding Frank Reynolds. Clifton soon found their unbeatable scoring touch though. Finlay Sharp scything through the best of their 6 tries in Kent. In the Midlands, Old Albanian had their eye on victory when Dan Watt grabbed a gift from Leicester Lions for a 1-point lead going into the break. But it would be an 11th consecutive home win for Gareth Collins' side, Jake Sterland capping off a second half which saw the visitors offer no score. Another team enjoying a rich run of form are Dings Crusaders, which continued to 6 games with a 6-try dismissal of Henley Hawks. It marked a first win for the hosts against this side in a decade. Tom Anderson and Tom Hagen also grabbing braces in a ruthless display to move up the table once again. Over in Suffolk, Bury St Edmunds made sure they kept the Bristol side at bay with a 9-try dismantling of Westcliff. George Griff Pettit getting the fans going. It meant a first win at home since mid-March for the hosts. Fly half Cameron Greenall pulling the strings to stifle any opportunities for the Essex side. There were successes for Westcliff's rivals Rochford 100 as they grabbed 3 tries in the first half. Mark Billings scoring in consecutive games. Hinckley earned a penalty try in the last play, but could not stop victory for the home side, securing back-to-back wins for the first time since October. And there were cheers to be heard at Pottington Road. Barnes overturned a half-time deficit 4 minutes into the second half through a quick tap penalty for Jack Statham. But Barnstaple would taste victory for the first time in 18 games thanks to a delicious chip which Connor Swan landed on. Cue the celebrations. Nat 2 South fans were kept guessing at the break. 33 of the 63 tries scored came in the second 40 minutes. Esher are now 4 points ahead at the top, with Leicester Lions and Dings the only climbers. Barnstaple and Westcliff will compete to avoid the bottom of the pile.
And just before we go, here are a few things you may have missed from round 26. A massive round of applause to Canterbury for their fundraising work. They collected 450 boxes and bags of supplies, which were driven to Poland to be distributed in the Ukraine to help those in need during the conflict. A huge effort, a wonderful response from the rugby community. There were varying weather conditions across the country, none more so than Silverlees. Bishop Stortford and Blackheath saw sun, rain and even some snow in Hertfordshire. Hope fans brought the right coat. And round 26's Play of the Week, sponsored by Courtiers, goes to Stourbridge's Emmanuel Feiwabozo, carving his way through Bladen on the way to a brace. Well, that's it from the Rock as Caldy clinch a 1-point win against Rosslyn Park. National League Rugby doesn't get better than this. See you next week.